that had been trafficked. They're on a mission to restore the minds and the souls and the bodies of trafficked survivors that do more simply than talk about the problem. They roll up their sleeves and they tackle the problem. Since the inception of their leadership and with the help of other partners, have they provided homes and restoration for over 530 individuals who were trafficked. Woo! Yes, praise the Lord. That's so wonderful. Their traffickers are thriving. They're thriving and living in their home-based facilities in Central Florida, along with the Mississippi BAT chapter, which hosts an incredible facility that houses those coming out of the life called the Tower. The Tower. Their Wisconsin chapter works with Damascus Road, and our Canadian chapters work with Not For Sale in Canada. Dr. Patrick, Doc, has a doctoral degree in marriage and family therapy, an ABD in clinical psychology, and master's in psychology, and is licensed mental health counselor, master's certified addiction specialist, AMHCA diplomat with a specialist in trauma counseling and e-therapist. Thank you so much, and welcome Doc and Rainey Nave. Woo! Yes, are y'all skipping?
Good afternoon, everybody. It is our humble honor to be here this afternoon. We have the honor to work with an amazing group of volunteers around the United States, stretching into Canada, Ukraine, and the Netherlands. And it is our goal to provide hope, healing, and renewal to all. As she mentioned, both of us come from a trafficked background, so we know trauma. We know when people have told you or looked into your face and said, you can't do it. There's no way for you to overcome. These people have ruined your life, your future, and they try to beat you down. What we have learned is because of an amazing, resilient spirit within each human being, there is this ability to overcome everything, to overcome anything. God has put this little spark in every single one of us, where when you start to think that there's no way out, there is. When you start to think, I just can't do it, there's a way. When you think, I don't have the energy to go on anymore, you have the energy because God is in you. So with God, we can do all things. If you ever doubt that truth, then just call us up. We'll have coffee. We'll remind you, God can do anything, no matter what your age, little or big. I remember when I went to college, the first person I met at college, they walked by me and they stopped because they knew some of my story, looked at me and said, what are you doing here? In our culture, there are so many people, I call them well-intentioned dragons. They give you something, maybe even from the Lord, but it's not positive, and I really question if it's from the Lord. They give you things, but they break you down. We need to be a culture that lifts people up, that no matter where you are or what is going on in your life, that there is hope. If you can hold on to hope, you can get through anything. One of the passages in the Bible that really drives what we do, there's two of them. One is Isaiah 67. It says, the Spirit of the Sovereign Lord is upon me because the Lord has appointed me to proclaim good news to the poor. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim freedom to the captives and release from darkness the prisoners. The other thing, and it's why we have a skull as our logo, is a story in the book of Ezekiel. Matter of fact, this arm is a tattoo from that story. Ezekiel's way up here. But a lot of times we'll see the bones and we'll say there's no hope in that person. But to me, every time I see bones, I think there's hope, because God can breathe life and turn anything from bones. So once again, there's always, always hope. When God brought us together, he brought us together as two broken people, but with incredible strength within. So you don't have to be some superstar person. You can be broken in every way, because God can use each and every one of us. But this woman is the strongest, most resilient woman I've ever met in my life. And I love her to death. She goes around and speaks and teaches and does things, and she's one of the trainers for the U.S. Marshals. And this woman has given every moment of her life to make a difference. And I really kind of am in awe of her. Anything you want to say?
Thanks.
No pressure.
Right. So when I see bones, I see your truth, right? You can change your clothes. You can change your hair. You can even change the way you talk. But what you can't change is the story that your bones tell. So while some people may look at it and say, well, that's scary or that's wrong, for us, it has a whole new meaning. And it's a meaning that breathed life into us. It's a meaning that gave hope. It gave us healing. And it's given us renewal in so many ways. I think so often we come across people that are broken and we want them to heal our way. But our way, our journey, may not work for everyone. And so we have to be willing to meet them where they're at. We have to realize that they may not be ready to heal our way, and that our way may not be perfect. I can't thank you for being here enough, for supporting us, for supporting this cause, for fighting for those that aren't quite ready to fight for themselves, and for being willing to have hope that one day they can. Because within all of us, there is healing and there is renewal. So thank you all for being here.
So what we get to do, what we have the honor of doing, is we work with people who've been trafficked or have their families who've been touched in it from a gamut of things. If someone's in a home, in a place that needs to be taken out, we will help them do that. If someone is out and they need a place to be, we'll help them find that. If a person is dealing with a lot of trauma and needs therapy, we will provide clinical trauma counseling. If they need mentoring, if they need a house, if they need whatever they need, we will help them in every way, no strings attached, no length of time. So if someone needs to walk with us or we need to walk with them for the rest of their life, we're going to do it. We want to be known as the hands and feet of God. We don't want to just talk about it. We want to do it. A lot of people like to talk, and that's okay. We're doers. We want to do. So if you ever see this patch, these are people who have volunteered to give everything for one. We come, we go to help one person, and then we help another person. Whether it's a little group, big group, doesn't matter. We go for one. You can make a difference for one. And then you can turn around, make a difference for another one. Doesn't matter how old you are. If someone says you're too young, I would say a cuss word right now, but I don't know the tolerance. But it starts with an F and has a U, right? Tell them that, right? Don't let people tell you you're too young or too old. You can make a difference. Never give up. You can breathe hope. You can encourage. You can be resilient. You can drive someone and get them to the help they need. Never let it be said that you cannot do it, because together we truly, truly can change the world. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that to know that